Problem. Here's the problem. When you have a remote company, if you give somebody 8 months to ramp up and get better, then you're paying somebody for 8 months who's working 5 jobs and lying to you about how they're trying to understand and get better and all that, right? So you just can't tolerate that shit. Like, someone needs to ramp up in 1 month or 2 months, or they're gone. That's just the new reality of the situation. Because paying a programmer for 8 months is $200,000. That's expensive. So you just can't, you can't do it. And I'm sorry, for people who genuinely need that ramp up time, I'm sorry, but it's one of those things where the abusive people have just changed the play field for the honest people, right? If you're honest and you need more of a ramp up, we just can't do it anymore because we do it 5 times in a row and Lucy keeps pulling away the football, right? When we're about to kick it. 8 months ramp up time. I mean, you'd be surprised. Like, so games are complicated. Every game has its own way of doing things. We ask people to not only get used to a new game, but a new engine and a new programming language, right? So, like, historically, I would give people a while just to acclimate. But, like, at this point, no. It's like, I'm sorry. It has to be 2 months or less. And that's just the reality. And if that makes it harder to find people who can do that, which it does, then that just drastically limits who we can hire. But that's just I've been with on this matter so many times. It's so disrespectful and horrible. Like, I simply don't have the patience for it anymore. I just have better things to do in life than pretend like people aren't being dishonest. And $200,000 for 8 months is too much. Well, we have to pay for people's health insurance and all sorts of just weird taxes and stuff in the US. So, if your programmer's salary is like $200,000 a year, 8 months is 2/3 of that, right? Which is going to be what? Like 135,000, and you add all this other shit, and then hiring them was expensive. You may have had to pay a fee to a headhunter, right? Which is typically, it depends. A lot of those deals actually are like if you keep them past a year, but sometimes it's 6 months or whatever. Just all types of, like, there's the overhead that goes into like badgering the person who's not working and like everybody pretending like it's worth all this time and attention that you're giving them when in reality they just aren't ever going to rise to the occasion. Like, when you run a company, you see all these things, right? 3 months probation is pretty standard. Yeah, 3 months would be a lot better than what we have done, and we will probably move to that. Is health insurance required, or is it just what the engineers expect? You don't have to offer health insurance, but you would be like the only company in the entire country for which that's true, right? Pay someone from Europe. We do have someone from Europe, and we pay him 6 figures. You forget, like, we need good programmers who can do, like, Vulkan and DX12 and stuff. Like, that's not your random dude who, like, gets stuff from GPT 4.5 is not that. Yeah, we need someone who's not a Vibe GL programmer.